this presentation, you will learn about the different types of listening. Listening is the conscious processing of auditory stimuli that have been perceived through hearing. Discriminative listening is the type of listening whereby the difference between different sounds is identified. If the listener cannot hear differences, then they cannot make sense of the meaning that is expressed by such differences. People learn to discriminate between sounds within their own language early and later are able to discriminate between the phonemes of other languages. This is one reason why a person from one country finds it difficult to speak another language perfectly, as they are unable to distinguish the subtle sounds that are required in that language. Likewise, a person who cannot hear the subtleties of emotional variation in another person's voice will be less likely to be able to discern the emotions the other person is experiencing. Listening is a visual as well as auditory act, as we communicate much through body language. We thus also need to be able to discriminate between muscle and skeletal movements that signify different meanings. Comprehension listening is to make sense of the sounds. To comprehend the meaning requires first having a lexicon of words at our fingertips and also all rules of grammar and syntax by which we can understand what others are saying. The same is true for the visual components of communication, and an understanding of body language helps us understand what the other person is really meaning. In communication, some words are more important and some less so, and comprehension often benefits from extraction of key facts and items from a long spiel. Comprehension listening is also known as content listening, informative listening, and full listening. Critical listening is listening in order to evaluate and judge, forming opinion about what is being said. Judgment includes assessing strengths and weaknesses, agreement and approval. This form of listening requires significant real-time cognitive effort as the listener analyzes what is being said, relating it to the existing knowledge and rules, whilst simultaneously listening to the ongoing words from the speaker. Biased listening happens when the person hears only what they want to hear, typically misinterpreting what the other person says based on the stereotypes and other biases that they have. Such biased listening is often very evaluative in nature. In evaluative listening or critical listening, listener makes judgments about what the other person is saying. They seek to assess the truth of what is being said and also judge what they say against our values, assessing them as good or bad, worthy or unworthy. Evaluative listening is particularly pertinent when the other person is trying to persuade, perhaps to change the behavior, and maybe even to change the beliefs. Within this, person also discriminates between subtleties of language and comprehend the inner meaning of what is said. Typically, we weigh up the pros and cons of an argument, determining whether it makes sense logically as well as whether it is helpful to us. Evaluative listening is also called critical, judgmental, or interpretive listening. In appreciative listening, we seek certain information which will appreciate. For example, that which helps meet our needs and goals. We use appreciative listening when we are listening to good music, poetry, or maybe even the stirring words of a great leader. In sympathetic listening, we care about the other person and show this concern in the way we pay close attention and express our sorrow for their ills and happiness at their joys. When we listen empathetically, we go beyond sympathy to seek a truer understanding of how others are feeling. This requires excellent discrimination and close attention to the nuances of emotional signals. When we are being truly empathetic, we actually feel what they are saying. In order to get others to expose these deep parts of themselves to us, we also need to demonstrate our empathy in our demeanor towards them, asking sensitively and in a way that encourages self-disclosure. In therapeutic listening, the listener has a purpose of not only empathizing with the speaker, but also to use this deep connection in order to help the speaker understand, change, or develop in some way. This not only happens when you go to see a therapist, but also in many social situations where friends and family seek to both diagnose problems from listening and also to help the speaker cure themselves, perhaps by some cathartic process. This also happens in work situations where managers, HR people, trainers, and coaches seek to help employees learn and develop. The word dialogue stems from the Greek words dia meaning through and logos meaning words. Thus, dialogic listening means learning through conversation and an engaged interchange of ideas and information which we actively seek to learn more about the person and how they think. Dialogic listening is sometimes known as relational listening. Sometimes the most important factor in listening is in order to develop or sustain a relationship. This is why couples talk for hours and attend closely to what each other has to say, when the same words from someone else would seem to be rather boring. Relationship listening is also important in areas such as negotiation and sales, where it is helpful if the other person likes you and trusts you. Thank you for watching the presentation.